Sebastian Vettel has revealed some important advice he gave to Lewis Hamilton before the Britain's move to Ferrari. The former world champion believes this guidance could make a significant difference in how Hamilton adapts to life at Maranello. What's interesting is that this advice has nothing to do with driving technique or car setup. It's about something far more fundamental to succeeding at the Scuderia. During his 6 years at Ferrari, Vettel came to understand the unique culture that defines the team. He was a 4-time world champion when he arrived, yet he found the transition challenging in ways that went beyond the technical aspects of racing. Looking back on that period, he's identified something he wishes he had done differently. Something that he believes could have changed the trajectory of his Ferrari career. Now he's sharing this insight with Hamilton as the British driver navigates his own first season in red. When a driver joins the Scuderia, they're stepping into something that extends far beyond the sport itself. It's about understanding a legacy and becoming part of a tradition that the Italian people hold sacred. The team isn't simply a collection of talented engineers and mechanics. It's an institution with values and expectations that shape everything from how decisions are made to how relationships are built. Every driver who has succeeded at Ferrari has understood this. They've recognized that the red car means something different. It carries weight and responsibility that other teams don't quite possess. Hamilton's 2025 season illustrated just how difficult this transition can be. He finished 6th in the championship without recording a single podium finish. For a driver with 7 world titles and a career spanning nearly 2 decades, this represented an unprecedented struggle. The car presented challenges, certainly, but the broader adaptation to Ferrari's environment proved equally demanding. Something wasn't clicking between the driver and the team. The performance gap was evident, but so was the sense that Hamilton hadn't quite found his footing within the organisation. Vettel understands this challenge intimately. He spent considerable time at Ferrari trying to find that connection. The team speaks English, and the technical departments operate in the international language of Formula One. However, Vettel noticed something crucial during his time there. Many people within the organisation don't speak English fluently. More importantly, there's a cultural element that gets lost in translation when you rely solely on English communication. The mechanics, the support staff, the engineers who work on specific components, many of them communicate primarily in Italian, and that creates a barrier that goes beyond simple language. This observation led Vettel to a specific realization about what separates drivers who truly integrate at Ferrari from those who remain somewhat isolated. He recognized that understanding the people around you requires more than just functional communication. It requires genuine connection, and genuine connection requires effort beyond the standard working relationship. It means being willing to step into their world rather than expecting them to step entirely into yours. When Vettel spoke with Hamilton before his Ferrari move, he offered a clear recommendation. He told Hamilton that learning Italian properly would be essential, not as a nice-to-have skill, but as something fundamental to understanding the team's culture and the people who make it function. Vettel emphasized that this wasn't about technical discussions or race strategy. It was about showing respect and demonstrating commitment to becoming part of the Ferrari family. It was about recognizing that Ferrari is Italian, and that identity matters deeply to everyone who works there. Vettel's reasoning is straightforward. When you learn a language, you immerse yourself in the culture that speaks it. You spend time in the country where it's spoken. You interact with people on a different level. You begin to understand not just the words, but the values and perspectives behind them. This cultural immersion, Vettel believes, is what allows a driver to truly connect with Ferrari. It's the difference between being an employee and being a member of the family. Looking back at his own Ferrari experience, Vettel acknowledges that he didn't pursue this path with sufficient dedication. He took Italian classes and managed to get by, but he wasn't fluent. He didn't spend enough time in Italy absorbing the culture. He regrets this now, believing it represented a missed opportunity to deepen his connection with the team and potentially improve his overall performance. He's been quite candid about this regret, suggesting it's something he wishes he could go back and change. Hamilton has acknowledged the challenge of learning Italian. He started taking lessons before the 2025 season, but found the demands of racing left little time for language study. By mid-season, he had essentially stopped practicing. He's expressed a genuine desire to improve, stating that he wants to properly speak Italian and spend more time in Italy. The hectic nature of the championship battle, however, derailed those plans. He admitted that weeks would go by without any practice, and the momentum he'd built early on simply disappeared. Now, with 2026 approaching, the landscape has shifted dramatically. New regulations mean a complete reset for every team. Ferrari has made a strategic decision to halt development on their 2025 car and concentrate resources entirely on the 2026 project, known as Project 678. This represents a significant commitment to the new era. The team is exploring innovative approaches to the power unit and planning multiple car configurations for testing. They're essentially betting that a fresh start will allow them to leapfrog their competitors. This is a high-risk strategy, but it's one that reflects Ferrari's understanding that incremental improvements won't be enough. They need a breakthrough. For Hamilton, 2026 represents his final genuine opportunity to achieve his objectives with Ferrari. At 40 years old, he came to the team with the goal of winning an 8th World Championship. His 2025 campaign fell far short of expectations. A competitive 2026 car combined with a deeper understanding of Ferrari's culture could provide the foundation for a very different outcome. This is his last realistic chance to add another title to his legacy. The window is closing. Charles Leclerc faces similar circumstances. Throughout his Ferrari career, he's demonstrated considerable talent, but has lacked the machinery to mount a sustained title challenge. He secured pole position in Hungary last year and showed flashes of the brilliance that convinced Ferrari to build their future around him. Yet, the overall package simply wasn't competitive enough. The 2026 regulations offer a potential turning point. If Ferrari delivers a competitive car, Leclerc finally has the opportunity to challenge for a championship. His patience with the team has limits, and another uncompetitive season would likely prompt him to explore alternatives. The partnership between Hamilton and Leclerc adds another dimension to Ferrari's 2026 ambitions. Two elite drivers in a competitive car would create an intense internal battle. If both drivers embrace Ferrari's culture and understand what the team represents, they could push each other to new heights while maintaining the unity necessary for championship success. The dynamic between them will be crucial. They need to be competitors on track, but unified in their commitment to the team's mission. History shows that Ferrari works best when both drivers are fully invested in the team's success, rather than focused solely on individual achievement. That balance is difficult to strike, but it's essential. Vettel's advice about learning Italian might seem tangential to on-track performance, but it addresses something fundamental about Ferrari. Success there requires more than just driving ability. It requires integration into an organization that values commitment, respect, and cultural understanding. What's your take on this? Do you think learning Italian could genuinely impact Hamilton's performance at Ferrari? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to click on the video appearing on your screen right now.